I'm going to show you how to make mini pizzas, party or finger food. For this recipe, I'm using 480 grams of bread flour or plain flour and 2 sachets instant yeast or 2 tablespoons of instant yeast and 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 cup of warm water with salt and 4 tablespoons of olive oil. First, what I'm going to do is to take the yeast out and put sugar and water and leave it to activate about 4 to 5 minutes. When the yeast is activated, it looks like this. So once it is frothy, that means the yeast is good. If it is flat, that means it's not activating, so you have to use another one. So going to add the flour, yeast, salt and 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to knead this about 10 minutes until it is nice and tender. And when you add salt onto the yeast mix, make sure that you have to add it onto a side without adding the salt directly onto the flour with the yeast, then it kills the yeast. Once the pizza dough is ready, it has to be nice and soft, and spray a bowl and put that in and cover with a damp cloth and leave it in a very warm place until it doubles in size. For mini pizzas, I am using homemade pizza sauce and sun-dried tomatoes, roasted capsicum, cheese and sausages, olives, tuna or chicken. You can use any other kind of a vegetable of your taste, but don't use very runny vegetables. Just you can use instead of roasted peppers, you can use chilies or any other kind of colored vegetable. Then instead of sausages, ham or salami or any other kind of meat sliced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the mini pizza and I'll show you how to do it. Take out the dough for the mini pizzas, flour the bench top properly and flour the pizza dough well too, and then flour the rolling pin and roll that into a circle or a rectangle, whatever the way you like. After rolling it, take a cutter like this, or even if you can do little balls into a circle, it's alright. So I get lots of requests for party food, that's why I started doing this type of things. So just cut the little the pizza dough into tiny circles like this. But when you do this, make sure that you don't do very large pizzas, because these are finger food. This is actually should be 1 or 2 mouthfuls. So cut that into circles and put them on a baking tray. After cutting the mini pizzas, use a brush and brush the tops with olive oil like this. After applying the olive oil, add a little bit of tomato sauce on top, the pizza sauce like this. After doing the tomato paste on the pizza bases, now it's your time to do different types of things on these pizzas. You can match things like ham and pineapple, chicken and mushrooms, or capsicums and olives, or even sun-dried tomatoes with a little bit of sausages. So it's up to you, but you can't put too much stuff on these tiny pizzas. This has to be 2 mouthfuls. So when you do this for several people or for a party, what you can do is just do 2 pizzas for each person, or at least 3. So then you have enough finger food for your guests. So what I'm going to do is going to fill this with different fillings. So once you have filled this with according to the choice, Make sure if you have vegetarian guests, you have to do some vegetarian ones separately. Then add some cheese on top. You can use mozzarella or cheddar on top. And this goes to the oven 180 until the pizza base is cooked and the cheese is nice golden brown on top. I finished baking the mini pizzas. If you are doing it after guests arrive, you can serve this as hot as this is, but if you bake it and leave it on the tray, it will be soggy. So transfer that onto wire rack and leave it to cool down. And I hope you will enjoy this recipe. Thank you for watching.